We love being able to go to the different high school, colleges, middle schools to live broadcast sporting events around the area. Georgia Alabama Sports Live appreciates all the fan support, but without a presenting sponsor like Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC and Opelika, none of this would be possible. So we want to say thank you so much. Go to glennsmith.com. That is right, glennsmith.com. See all the inventory and see why people always say you're ready to smile. Thanks, everyone, and thank you to Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC for being our presenting sponsor.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet GMC. As we just got finished sitting down with an athletics director, state of the programs with the athletic director of Russell County, Coach Larry Knox, a place near and dear to my heart. It's where I got my start in broadcasting, and I couldn't think of several coaches to come on the Russell County Coaches Show that's about to join the show just shortly, who really got me my start in broadcasting. We're going to interview Coach Dillon Griggs. He's entering his fourth season as Russell County head football coach. A lot of big things down in the county. And then Coach Ronnie Battle, who got the Russell County Warriors to the second round of the playoffs. I'm excited about that. Also going to have the girls head basketball coach Rickey Jones. And I'm trying to get Coach Danny Danielson on the show. But this is the Russell County Coaches Show. Let's not delay any further. Let's bring him on. This is Coach Dillon Griggs. I've had the privilege of getting to know Coach. It's been 3 years. 3 years ago, we had a phone conversation. You offered me the public address announcer position at Russell County. I did it for the 2021 season, and it just took off. And I've been honored to do play-by-play for Russell County. You're entering your fourth year. First of all, welcome to the Russell County Coaches Show. It's just an honor just having you on.
It's an honor to be on. I appreciate all you do for the state of Georgia and Alabama, and especially the local kids. It's just always a joy.
All right, year one, Russell County went 6-4. It really put the entire Chattahoochee Valley on notice. And you've had some injuries, but really playing in a tough region, you really have developed something special at Russell County. Just talk about the process going from year one, now going into your fourth season. What really goes into just putting together that final product on the field that we get to see down at the county on Friday nights?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing, with being at Russell County and trying to get the program to where I feel like it currently is just being patient and understanding that, sometimes just because you're not, seeing the immediate results that you want, that you still understand what you're doing is working and knowing what to keep doing and what to tweak and, really, just believing in the kids. I always say being at Russell County, it's been really special. Our administrative team, our Board of Education, our superintendent, and most importantly, our students are just unbelievable. I was telling the coaching staff this morning, the month of June is hands down the best summer that I've ever had so far. And, I'm just really kind of excited to watch this thing kind of play out.
Absolutely. There has been some changes with several players. I mean, you've had players that have gone on to play at the next level. You've had a 3-star running back that now plays at Wake Forest. But really, you've seen some improvements last season. I know that the record was not what you hoped for. I mean, you could have easily been 2-0. Those first two games, losing to Harris County on the walk-off field goal, it could have easily won that game. And then Stanhope Elmore in week 2. It was a tough season, but just seeing the development of your quarterback, Bryson Riggins, he threw for 25 touchdown passes. What is the season looking like this year, and what do you expect out of Bryson coming in and being the quarterback for this upcoming season?
Well, last year, and I kept trying to tell people, we were really young We had 13 sophomores on the field, and our big thing, and you're not to say anything about the senior class we had, because we had a lot of seniors that played as well, but we were really just kind of looking at it, and we realized that we had a very, overly talented sophomore class. And so, we lost 4 games in the last minute last year, including the Harris County game and the Stanhope game. And I mean, shoot, the Sidney Lanier game was a Colt touchdown pass as time expired. I mean, but the one thing that I kept in mind the entire time is you've got a bunch of, 10th graders playing 6A Alabama high school football, and they're giving these senior loaded teams, everything they had. And, I'm not going to lie, Bryson was a big missing piece for us, and not to discredit Robert Calhoun, because, Robert's one of the best kids I've ever met in my entire life. But, Bryson Riggins he's a really special talent. His arm is unbelievable. It's a Division I arm. And, the thing I would say that I love more about Bryson more than anything is just his ability to make a decision in a critical moment. And 9.9 out of 10, it's going to be the right decision. But, also just to have no regrets and to have no fear, is just really important at a quarterback, especially at this level. And, just kind of getting to be on the sidelines and watching him grow has just been really special. And, he's got a great receiving core. You've got JB, you've got Megatron, you've got Denver, you got Noah Sterling, you got Seth Dufins, you got Quentin Lewis. I mean, this receiving core is going to be super special this year. And I really can't wait to watch that whole group just kind of do their thing.
I am excited. The games that we live streamed on Georgia Alabama Sports Live, I had the privilege of live streaming that game against Valley. We plan to be here down at the county for several of your home games. You actually start the season off taking on Carroll on August the 23rd, and then a former region opponent, the Eufaula Tigers, come to the county on August the 30th. I've actually penciled that game, Coach, because I think that Georgia Alabama Sports Live is definitely going to try to be there. Taking on Valley once again, that's a rival, even though they're in 5A. But you got some new teams that are in the region, like Rehoboth. But Carver Montgomery has gone on to 7A. You welcome back Percy Julian, who was former Robert E. Lee that used to be in the region. What's the region looking like this season? And what are the expectations for Russell County for the upcoming 2024 season?
And I always say this: we don't show up every day and put them what they put through to expect anything less. We're always expecting a region championship and then make the playoffs and then so on and so on. Our region is still a very good region. Obviously, losing Carver Montgomery was a really, really big deal. Over the last 2 years, we've lost Opelika and we've lost Carver Montgomery, which is just a huge plus on our side because those are bigger schools. But, you still got Pike Road. You still got Wetumpka. Both of those schools have played for a state championship in the last 7 years. You got Stanhope, which is just an unbelievable program. You got Rehoboth. That's a school back near to my home where I grew up. Percy Julian, who's just always been exceptional. And then Park Croston, who's a good program. I mean, they went to the semis 7 years ago. So, just a good stout still, region. But, like I said, going into year 4, our expectations are just a little bit different. And it even goes back to the Eufaula game. A lot of people don't realize, Jarrell Jernigan over there is, one of my really good friends. And so is Bear Woods, the head coach at Wetumpka. We all went to Troy together. And so, it's going to be really exciting to, I used to sit around and talk about being a head coach with those guys and, to kind of get to do it and then get to coach against, some really good guys across the sidelines. I think it just adds to the intensity of the rivalries because we may be really good friends before that whistle blows, but it's always on once we get there. And, and going through 7-on-7 with this team this year, we played some really good schools and had a lot of success. And, I'm just really excited to watch this team compete. That like we were playing Hillcrest Tuscaloosa in a 7-on-7 and we were down with like 48 seconds left on the clock and they just boomed 3 plays, went down the field and scored on a semifinal team, and so, that fear, I think, of letting people down, has always kind of been an issue here. And I think what these kids have realized is, it just is what it is. We're going to strap up and do what we got to do, and whatever happens, happens, but you're going to get the best of us every Friday night.
Coach, before I get you out of here, talk a little bit about your coaching staff.
So still, this is our second year with our defensive coordinator, Coach Dixon. He was the head coach at Point. He's been at Furman. He was the head coach at Savannah State. We just hired Nigel Lawrence, who was the co-DC at Point, and he played at South Alabama. I got to meet him during my time at Jackson. He's an awesome guy. Coach Sam Moats is still on the staff, a local legend, been there for 23 years. We got Coach Edwards doing the D-line. Coach Tyler Moore, or Coach Edwards is doing the linebacker. Coach Tyler Moore is a guy who played with us when I was coaching at Central. And then we've got Coach Powell coaching the outside linebackers, Hunter Powell. He was with me at Central when we won the state championship as well, and he's the special teams coordinator. And then on the offensive side, it's pretty much the exact same staff it's been for the last 3 years. You got Brandon Barnes and Amonte Spivey doing the receivers. You've got Coach Brandon Thomas doing the running backs. We did hire Coach Walter Pritchett, who was a GA at Troy, to do the tight ends and the fullbacks. We got Matthew Brazel, who is still our OC and offensive line coach. We did hire Dallas Harris to be our assistant O-line coach. And then we got Coach Christian Cardwell, who is our co-OC and our quarterbacks coach. It's just a really good staff. I mean, we've hired a couple of new people, but the big thing that we have is a core of it's been there for a while. Some of us have all been together the whole 4 years. And so, you're really starting to see the continuity and the understanding of what we're all kind of looking for sometimes. You kind of have to figure that out as a coaching staff when you're running plays. Sometimes it takes a while to understand the exact tweaks we're looking for. I'm really excited about this coaching staff. And, the thing that I think I love the most about them is they show up every day and they're an example for these kids. And more important than winning ball games is being a good example. So, just grateful to be around those men every day.
Well, Coach, I always appreciate you because you gave me my start in broadcasting, and good luck this upcoming season. That home opener can't get here any sooner, but just tell everybody out there just to support Russell County Athletics. How can they get tickets? How can they support the team? And really, what is that game day atmosphere going to be like for the opener on August the 23rd?
I'm hoping because, the guy at Carroll, it's his first job as a head, it's his first game as a head coach. And so I'm hoping they show up and we show out. That's the one thing I always say about being at Russell County. When I look over to the home stands, it's almost always full. These guys show up and they support these kids. We're getting these kids there at 8 o'clock in the morning. I got parents picking them up at 8 o'clock and dropping them off at 12:30. Just keep doing exactly what you're doing. But I will say this, I think this year is going to be really special. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth, but I am really, really excited about this group. And I think we're going to see a culmination of 4 years. This is the first senior class that I've ever been with for 4 years in my entire coaching career. So, I feel like I'm a senior right now, if that makes sense. And so, I'm just really, really excited, to watch this thing play out. And I think, we will continue to bring pride to the county, but I think we're going to play at a high level, and I think everybody will be really excited as we continue to go.
Well, I'm excited as well, Coach. It's Coach Dillon Griggs of the Russell County Warriors. We're going to go ahead and take a break. When we come back, I'm going to have the head basketball coach of the boys varsity basketball team, Coach Ronnie Battle. You don't want to go anywhere. It's the Russell County Coaches Show here on the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show. We'll be right back.
You're watching right now the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show that is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile. We'll be right back after this.
Make your way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Choose America's #1 compact SUV, the Chevy Equinox. Discounted up to $6,500 off. Chevy's full-size pickup truck, the powerful Chevy Silverado, is up to $12,000 off. And big Chevy Silverado 2500 HDs are discounted up to $6,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until fall. Make your way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
We are smiling. It's the Russell County Coaches Show. I want to thank Coach Dillon Griggs of the football team. But without further ado, let's bring him on. He is the head basketball coach of the Russell County boys varsity basketball team, the former point guard at Auburn University. I mean, he was in that backcourt, I want to say with what, Wesley Person or Chuck Person? He was in the backcourt with Chuck Person. He was a starter for the Auburn Tigers, went to Russell County, and he's been coaching them at a high level. It's Coach Ronnie Battle. Coach, how you been?
Doing well, doing well. Can you hear me?
I can hear you great.
Good, good. Glad
Well,
to be
first
on.
of all, I talked about Coach Griggs giving me an opportunity as the PA announcer for football. I love doing PA announcing so much. I figured, why don't I call up the basketball coach and ask him if he wants a PA announcer? And I want to thank you, Coach, for allowing me to PA announce for the basketball team for the 2021-2022 season. That was a lot of fun.
Well, hey, listen, you came in, you was a hard worker, you was prompt, and I thought you did a great job. So, hey, we appreciate you coming in, man.
I do appreciate that, Coach. I've had the privilege of seeing your team just continue to improve. And you went 18-11 last year, won the area, made it to the second round of the playoffs, and really lost to Carver Montgomery by 6 points. I mean, you've never quit in that game. But what were some of the takeaways from a season where you make the playoffs for, I believe, the first time in 8 years? But what just an incredible season last year.
Yeah, we had some young men that came in and decided that they were going to work hard and work together as a team. We had a super leader, Tim Littleton, TJ Upshaw, Malachi Dees, Karan Thomas. Those guys were seniors, and they did an awesome job at leading us. And we kind of caught fire a little bit towards the playoffs. We lost some tough games at the end of the season, but we thought it helped prepare us moving to the playoffs. So, hey, that was a tough game against Carver. I thought our guys were kind of like a deer in headlights from the beginning of the game. Once we got going and they got a feel of the game, but we kind of ran out of time. So we got to give it to Carver. Carver kind of played a tough game, but we had another opportunity at them. I thought the outcome would have came out differently.
Coach, what does it mean to coach at your alma mater with the way that the facilities are just continuing to upgrade? We had Coach Larry Knox, the AD, on for State of the Program, sitting down with the athletics director, and he talked about the facilities just continue to improve. I was there when, they made improvements on the basketball gymnasium, and it was just a great game day atmosphere. By the way, in my opinion, the game of the year on Georgia Alabama Sports Live was that Central game when it went into overtime. I just been impressed with just everything and the fan support, but really, in your mind, what does it mean to be coaching at your alma mater?
It means a lot. To see our facility, our program, our administration, the superintendent, we got a great fan base. And knowing that I had a chance to play for the same high school, that sweat equity, so there's some sweat, blood, and tears that was shared as a player, so I can truly relate to our student athletes as it relates to getting out there, representing the county. It really means a lot. I think we got a good athletic director, and he's moving things in the right direction with our upgrading our facilities, and they're continually getting better. So, hey, big ups to our Warrior Nation. We're really, really on the move. We're excited about what our football program is going to do this year. And as far as they're going to lead, they're going to tip us off with the volleyball. And we're excited about our whole Warrior athletics.
All right, Coach, what are some of the things that your team has been doing in the summer months? Have you participated in any summer leagues? And are you going to be participating in any of the fall leagues leading up to the season?
Yeah, sure. First of all, we played about 23 games this summer. Went to the Auburn camp. We did pretty good. We beat a couple good solid teams. Roswell out of Atlanta, they always a contender. Spanish Ford. They're a good powerhouse in our 6A class. Um, we went to the University of Alabama. We had a good showing there. So we had about 23 games. We won about 15 of them. And that's an improvement from what I thought, because we lost a lot of young men. And in saying that, while we work this summer, we got to make sure that we're making our strengths, continued strength, and our weaknesses our strengths. So we got to really get back to the lab, get stronger, shoot the ball better, and come together collectively.
Coach, you mentioned losing a lot of seniors, but what are the upcoming season looking like for the 2024-2025 season, and what are some of the key players that are going to be returning, and what does the schedule look like? I mean, are you still going to be playing in the same area with Park Crossing and Pike Road, or has the area changed? Have they added any teams?
As it relates to our area, yeah, they added Rehoboth. They have been a pretty good contender. They're down there near Dothan, and we're excited about them coming along, but we still gonna have a tough Pike Road, tough Park Crossing, and I think Pike Crossing, Pike Road has got a new coach, and so we can expect probably some new things. We're excited about the growth of our area. It's gonna be tough again. You know, it's 6A basketball. Nothing is given to you day in and day out. You know, you can lose to an area opponent. So that's going to be a sticker. It was a 3 area. Now it's a 4 area team. So we're really kind of moving along with that as well. Now, as far as kids coming back, we got a Joshua Battle. He's going to be our leading scorer coming back. We got a couple of JV guys that's coming up that's going to be strong. Kingston Henry, it seems like he's grown a few inches from last year. He was one of our starters late in the season. He had a great summer. So we got some kids that's really coming along. We got Tamaje Mackey transferred back in from Smith Station. So we're excited about his shooting ability. So there are some things that we're really excited about. We got to really, really get back in the lab. Hello?
Yeah, Coach, we lost you a little bit. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, sir.
Yeah, so it seems like you got a pretty good team coming back. Just can't wait for this upcoming season, Coach.
All right. Hear me now?
All right, we'll try to get Coach Battle on again. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll try to see if Coach Battle can come on again. This is the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show, the Russell County Coaches Show.
Yeah.
Hey, Coach, can you hear us? All right, we'll be back.
You're watching right now the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show that is presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. Get ready to smile. We'll be right back after this.
Welcome to the Campus Academy Private School, where every student is celebrated for their individuality. With personalized curriculum, students unlock their potential, growing into confident learners. At the Campus Academy, we give teachers the freedom to create dynamic classrooms where every student's voice is heard. Discover the difference. Enroll your child today and watch them thrive.
Make your way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet. Choose America's #1 compact SUV, the Chevy Equinox. Discounted up to $6,500 off. Chevy's full-size pickup truck, the powerful Chevy Silverado, is up to $12,000 off. And big Chevy Silverado 2500 HDs are discounted up to $6,000 off. Plus, enjoy no payments until fall. Make your way to Glenn Smith Chevrolet in Opelika.
Get ready to smile.
We are smiling. It's the Russell County Coaches Show. We'll try to get Coach Battle on in just a moment, but he's been waiting patiently in the green room. I want to try to bring on the head girls basketball coach of Russell County. It's Coach Rickey Jones. Let's bring him on to the Russell County Coaches Show. Coach, how have you been? I know that your team has been hard working out this summer and getting ready for this upcoming season.
Yes, sir. Been pretty good. How about you?
Been doing great. Last year, it was your first year. You had a young team. You only won 5 games, but your leading scorer was Mackenzie Word, who was only a freshman. She averaged 14 points a game. One thing that I was impressed with your team was they never quit. And it really... And it really didn't matter the situation. We live streamed that game against Central. I know it was a tough task because you're going against Jabria Lindsay, who's going to be playing in the WNBA. I mean, let's be honest. But what was your takeaway from year one under your coaching staff?
Year one, proud of my girls. Like you said, we never gave up. I'm trying to get them to understand we don't want to be results driven right now. You know, we don't really care about the score. We're just playing to get better, working out to get better. We've had a great summer, playing a couple of summer league games. Proud of the growth I've seen in the last year or so. I'm very excited about this season.
Yeah, I can't wait for this upcoming basketball season because you do have a young team. We talk about Mackenzie Word, but also Camera Toney, who was only an 8th grader, averaged 10 points a game. You did lose the senior leadership of Kamaya Cates. But going into this season, what are you looking forward to for Russell County basketball? And who are some of the assistant coaches that have been helping out during this process?
Okay, we'll start with the assistant coaches. We have Coach Austin. He was the head coach of the boys middle school team about 2 years ago. We also brought in Coach Chen. She has some college experience over at Andrews College, so she's been very helpful in getting the girls ready to play. Some of our players, like you said, Kamara Toney, one of the best athletes in the state. I say that as humbly as possible, but she's a great athlete. Also, Harmony Franklin. She'll be a sophomore this year. Jasmine Moore's been in the gym. Kamani Heron Proctor can't keep her out of the gym. Janiyah Word, she's an 8th grader, is going to be playing varsity with us. So we're going to be young again this year, but we're going to be stronger, better. Like I said, we've been working hard, been in the weight room every morning, Monday through Thursday, bright and early. Parents been dropping them off, picking them up. I'm just excited to see what we do this year.
Absolutely. I've had a great opportunity when I was the public address announcer, when Coach Demond Jones was coaching the team. Now he's at Lochapoka. That team was just continuing to improve. And because you do have a young team and you were the middle school coach, and so several of the players did play for you, really, what is that continuity going from the middle school to coaching now at the varsity? Because we know how much that you truly care about Russell County and you want to see them in a good position. But really, what does that mean just to go up from middle school to coach at the varsity level and coaching players that you coached when you were the middle school coach?
Okay, so like you said, I really care about Russell County. I'm actually a graduate of Russell County. I played basketball at Russell County. So I'm just excited and what we're doing. Not only the basketball program, football program, softball, baseball, everything is just growing. As far as the middle school girls, I'm gonna be honest, most of my middle school players, I put them on varsity last year. They played both JV and varsity, so it was good for them to see the game speed of 6A basketball in Alabama. As like I said, as the year progressed, you kind of start seeing the girls starting to understand the game more. We watch a lot of film, go back and check our mistakes. And not only them getting better, I'm getting better as a coach, just putting them in those situations, seeing where they're strongest at. and I just can't. I'm excited to see them grow. I have a group of girls, young girls. I can't keep them out of the gym. They love the gym. And I love that about it. So,
well, that is exciting. I'm going to bring Coach Battle on again. I think that the varsity girls basketball team really sets the tone for the boys. When you go out to see Russell County play basketball, you just get that game day atmosphere. And I know that Coach Battle, Coach Jones, I know your teams work together, but really, what is that game day atmosphere like when you go to Russell County to see the basketball teams play? I'll start with you, Coach Battle.
First of all, we're going to work together. From the bottom to the top, our game day, we're trying to get the gym prepared. We're trying to get our student athletes in the mindset, our pregame meal. We're going to do it together. And Coach Jones has done a great job coming in his first year that we collaborated of setting the standard and getting the atmosphere where it needs to be on game day. And they're the first team that's going to play before we play. So we go out, we support them to the next level. I know that last year they had some young girls, but those girls were getting better as the year progressed. You could see it. So I'm really excited as well to see those young ladies get on the floor and do their thing.
Coach Jones, really, what does it mean for that game day atmosphere, setting the tone for your typical fan to come out and watch just incredible basketball?
Kind of just to piggyback off what Coach Battle said, we kind of just work together, make sure everything's set up. A lot of things, a lot of people on the outside don't see what coaches have to do to prepare for a game as far as concessions and cleaning the gym up and making sure tickets are ready, making sure the players are ready. And it's still Alabama, like I said, I'm from Russell County. So Friday night, that's almost all we got to do is get in the gym and go watch some either good football or good basketball. So everybody's excited as coaches, as players, parents, community excited to get in and watch.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Coach Battle, Coach Jones, you have done an incredible job with your basketball teams respectively. I think it's great that you got two alma maters from Russell County, and we got another alma mater, Coach Danny Danielson, which we were trying to get on the Russell County Coaches Show, who's also the head baseball coach, and his assistant coach, Michael Long Jr., also an alumni of Russell County. I think it's incredible. You have so much passion for the county. I mean, the fan base, the support is there. And it's really the best kept secret in the Chattahoochee Valley. I've been just blessed anytime I get an opportunity to come down to the county and live stream games on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. We live streamed that Central game. Coach Jones, I know we were talking about that game, not the result you wanted, but it featured just a rival in Central, featuring Jabria Lindsay, and then Coach Battle. Game of the year on Georgia Alabama Sports Live. I know that the outcome was not what you wanted, but you took one of the top teams in Alabama to overtime, which is going to lead me to my next point, and I want to just discuss this. The schedule release. When it comes to the schedule, do you normally try to schedule the girls and boys, or when you go out, do you like the girls varsity basketball team is going to play a different team, or do you try to work together to make sure you got the best schedule possible?
Oh yeah, no doubt. We're definitely trying to play our girls with our guys at the same school. We're really going to try to seek out the best competition that's going to make us better as we move forward, because we can only be as good as the opponents we play. So playing a tough schedule each year, it may not get an outcome sometime, but I think that as we move along towards the playoffs and late in the season, I think it helps us grow because we've been in some tough games. So yeah, we're really trying to, we're going to play high school. We want to play the boys and the girls. That's most cases. Sometimes it varies, but most cases we want to do that.
And we also have the natural rivalries between Central, Smith Station. But we got another team in the Phoenix City area that just moved into the AHSAA. And I know, wishful thinking, any possibility of scheduling Glenwood on the schedule now that they're in the AHSAA?
I will be open to play them. They're a team that's a local team. and they've had a lot of success. I truly will be open to getting them on the schedule because anytime we got a good program that's near to our school, is going to save us money in travel, and it's going to make us better. Hey, yeah, I was excited to see that Glenwood is going to be a part of public basketball.
And kind of
Well,
like
Coach. Yeah, and Coach Dusty Perdue, who's also the head basketball coach of the girls team. I know he's a big fan of our Georgia Alabama Sports Live show and a friend of the show. We've already interviewed him. I think one day, maybe down the road, we could get those matchups. I know that we see you guys play Smith Station and Central. I know that it really just brings the whole community together because I was there, Coach, when you beat Central and you storm the court. The last 3 years, I mean, it's been a very tough game, and you were able to beat Central on Russell County's home court in 2021 and 2022. I mean, I think that that's a very important rivalry. Same with Smith Station.
Yeah, exactly. Unfortunately, we don't have Central on the schedule this season for whatever reason, but that is always a community type game. The community come out to support those type rivals, and it's that rivalry is really bigger than the people that's playing in it. Those games have been played for years, and they are celebrated. And as Coach Jones said, that the people are looking forward to coming out, getting their concessions, and enjoying a good game with the rival school, which allows us to have bragging rights for some months. So. It's always good to see those rivals play.
This question is for both you coaches. Is there any Columbus schools that are going to be on the schedule, or do you guys know the schedule yet?
We're still working the schedule for the most part. We do have a few Columbus schools. I want to say Shaw for sure. With Columbus High. I'm not sure about anyone else right now, but we're still tweaking the schedule, trying to fill it up now.
Well, Coach Jones, I tell you what, I'm going to make sure that we're live streaming that game against Columbus on Georgia Alabama Sports Live.
Yes, sir.
We've had Coach Adams. We've talked on high school basketball media days. They got a new coach for the Columbus basketball team, Coach Terrence Hill, who won a state championship at Jordan in 2007. He takes over for Coach Ivy Sr. And, Columbus, I tell you what, they made the playoffs for the first time in 25 years. I think that the whole city would just love to go see that game. And the Georgia Alabama Sports Live is going to try to live stream that. As far as Shaw, I mean, I PA announced for both schools. So I think that would be a very special a game for me to live stream as well, Coach Battle. Because you remember I was the PA announcer in 2021. Shaw allowed me to PA announce in 2022, and it was really fun that I got to be a part of that. Actually, no, 2023 actually, because it was last season, and I appreciate Coach Chris Horton, Coach Dickey over there at Shaw. He's built a very good program, and then now Coach Charlie Marquand is now the head basketball coach for the girls. So it's always great to see these schools cross the river and play each other, and that's really what we like to see as fans here in the Chattahoochee Valley.
Exactly. Just to piggyback on what you said, how you got your start, it's really good that you got your start there, and also look at what you're doing now. So we appreciate, Georgia, Alabama being able to come to our gyms, and live streaming our games and giving the fans that are not able to make the game, or we can go back and watch on YouTube on this Georgia Alabama. It's an awesome thing. And tonight we're talking about Russell County basketball, Russell County football, Russell County baseball. It's an exciting thing that you guys can go in people's homes from the internet, live stream, and do it at this level. We appreciate that.
Well, we appreciate you, Coach. My last question to both of you, I'm going to start with you, Coach Jones. How can the average fan that lives in the outskirts of the Phoenix City area support Russell County basketball? I know the basketball is looking for sponsorship. Then I'll end with you, Coach Battle. Really, what needs to take place to try to get more support for both basketball teams?
I kind of missed some of your question. You kind of went in. You mind repeating it for me, please?
Yeah, how can the average fan that lives around Russell County, who's a basketball fan, come out and support Russell County basketball, whether it's sponsorship or attending the games, or what can they do to just support the basketball team?
Like you said, just come out. You can follow us on Facebook, RCHS Lady Warriors Basketball. If you want to make us donate or be a sponsor, just you can send it to the school. We're looking for all the support we can get. And we appreciate the support that we already have, and that's kind of pretty much where we are at Russell County with it. Like I said, I was a Russell County graduate. A lot of the alumni, they love the support, even if it's just a good look text. We appreciate those, But if you would like to sponsor, just contact us and we can figure it out.
Coach Battle?
Just like Coach Jones said, you can follow us on social media. You can also, call the school. You want to make a donation to our programs, which is well needed. You can also, for the businesses, you can get an ad put up. You can get a banner hung in the gym if you just contact the school and get with us. And we would love to have any donations or any sponsorship.
I'll tell you what, I cannot wait for the upcoming basketball season, for what you're doing for the girls basketball team, Coach Jones, Coach Battle, for the boys basketball team. The gym is always packed. Georgia Alabama Sports Live is going to try to be there for as many games as we can, and good luck this upcoming season, coaches.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it. Keep doing a great job as well.
Thank you for having us.
All right, that is it. That is the Russell County Coaches Show. I want to thank Coach Dillon Griggs. I want to thank Coach Rickey Jones. I want to thank Coach Ronnie Battle. Earlier today, you saw the interview with Athletic Director Coach Larry Knox in sitting down with an Athletics Director, state of the programs. Don't forget, we got more schools coming up this week. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching the Russell County Coaches Show, and have a great night, everybody.
Thank you for watching the Georgia Alabama Sports Live Show presented by Glenn Smith Chevrolet and GMC. You're ready to smile.